19th of Feb 22. I'm just reading in the Daily Mail online that Storm Eunice had 122 mile per hour winds and it gave the highest ever output from Britain's wind turbines, which is weird because the myth, well, not the myth, I don't know if it's true or not, but what Nigel Farage always says about wind turbines is you have to switch them off over 40 miles an hour because they can't cope with the speed. But this article seems to be saying that they can cope. Maybe not that speed, but someone in the comments said they can cope with 50 miles an hour and most of the times they won't get that. I'm not sure about that because they're always on top of hills and stuff, but if they can keep them on during really windy days, that's great. And it just makes a mockery of Nigel always, well, not a full mockery, but Nigel on his GB News show is always going on about how wind turbines are useless because they don't turn when it's nice weather, and then when it's windy weather, really windy, you need to turn them off. I think he actually, to be fair, I think he actually goes on a bit, they don't move in nice weather, so you can't rely on them. Which I suppose is fair enough. I don't know about the ones at sea. Maybe they always get a bit of wind, I don't know. But it's just interesting because it's saying that it made much more power than gas over the past week. And it's made the daily electricity prices drop by 11%. to £140 per megawatt hour, and so that's a good thing. And it also says it beat gas in total output. It gave 11.48 gigawatts of power, whereas gas was 7.2 gigawatts. I mean, I'm all in favour of wind turbines and green energy, and personally I think it's already the cheapest. Solar's already cheaper than gas or electricity, than gas or coal for energy. I mean, in 2014, I think solar was double the cost, and now it's, I don't know, 60-70% of the cost of gas and coal. I don't know about nuclear. Probably though, I think solar is the cheapest now. Don't know about wind turbines. But the two things I think about renewable is when you do get it going, it's free energy and it's a future and there's no toxicity and stuff. And the other thing is, like Boris says, going green is easy, and I agree with him because there'll be technological advances. I really do think that. Already, probably a lot of houses could use solar on their roof, and even maybe solar things in their house, say under a light at night. If they're using that light, there's no point in keeping a light on to charge a solar thing, a solar bank, say, if you're not using that light to see as well. But if you have got a light on, you could put a solar bank under a light and maybe get a bit of energy going for a solar bank. I'll need to check that out. I've been trying actually where I've got a solar panel, but the voltage doesn't match my items, or it's the current's too low. But anyway, back on this about these. So it's looking like wind turbines have really done well over the last week. Of course, it's been crazy windy weather. Apparently, the top speed in Storm Eunice was 122 miles an hour at Needles on the Isle of Wight, and that's the highest gust ever in England. And it means it's now worse than this great storm of '87, when gusts peaked at 115 miles an hour in West Sussex. Let's see. I just wanted to say that about it would be great to know if wind turbines can work when it's really windy or not, because it's one of those things that anti-green people always go on about. They always say, yeah, they need to switch them off when it's too windy, and they don't work when there's no wind. Let's see. Of course, in Scotland, we've already got 100% electricity from wind. Although, and they even switched, Hunterston nuclear plant even switched off the other week, about 4 weeks ago. And that's been decommissioned. But we're already at 100% electricity. The problem is, electricity is only about 25% of our energy. Most of it's gas. Most of us rely on gas for our heating, and so we've got the problem. It sounds great 100%, but it's only 100% of 25%. So we've still got the gas problem. And that's all I've got to say about this issue, I think. I'd like to say more, but I'm definitely pro-green. I'm not pro-green if it means I'm pro-green with a need for a solution to the transition. So, I mean, fracking, I wouldn't be against fracking. I don't know if Scotland's different from England. Nicola Sturgeon seems to be confident that Scotland's going to do the transition okay. Well, that's the way I'm judging her, but down in England it may be different, because Scotland's only 10% of the UK population, and we've got lots of windy places, probably all year round. Don't have it totally all year, but a lot of it. So, yeah, I think people should be looking for, say indoors, they should be looking at Amazon and YouTube to see if they could get their low power devices like their laptop and stuff charged from a solar power bank, say at night by using a light, or daylight during the day, you know, for things like laptops or smartphones or anything that's low power, which is a lot of things, because the only high power things in your house are really your washing machine, your heating. They're the big high power things, 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts. And then you've got your medium things like your fridge and your lights. Not so much lights now, because bulbs used to be 100 watts, but now they're 10 watts, 6 watts. Your fridge is about 120 watts when it's running. But your low power things like your phone and your tablet and things like that, you might be able to do that with solar somehow, if you could check. I think we should start looking at that if you're that way interested. You know, I don't know if the technology's totally there just now, but it might be. And then, of course, so that's my ramble about green energy and all that. I'm pro-green energy. I'm pro-fracking for the transition. There you go.